Hi friends, we are on to a new lesson in Module 4, The Continents, What Makes the World Fascinating. And today we're going to talk about Antarctica. If we look at our whole world map, Antarctica is the one all the way down at the bottom of our world where our South Pole is. Let's look at our focusing question for lessons 9 through 15. What interesting natural features can people see in Africa and Antarctica? Very similar to yesterday's lesson. Same question except for one word has changed, Antarctica. Let's read it. What does a deeper exploration of the words and illustrations reveal in Antarctica? Again, it's a two-part lesson. Our second part is going to be, how do I support an opinion with reasons from the text? So we're going to be talking about our opinion again. Let's come on over here to our reading area, or what's become our reading area in this new way of learning. We're going to first look at our penguin song, friends. Our penguin song is a fun song to look at sight words with, and it's a fun song to think about penguins that live in Antarctica. You'll notice that I have some yellow highlighter tape on these words. During my live session with my class, we found these sight words together. So you found that sight word A, I, look, and can. See if you can find any more sight words as you are looking and singing along with us today. Penguin song. I'm a little penguin in the sea. I can swim as fast as can be. When I catch a fish, just look at me. I'm as proud as I can be. Fun little song to the tune of I'm a Little Teapot. Let's get into our lesson now that we've warmed up with a fun song, friends. And we said today that we were going to talk about Antarctica and really explore it further using text features like we did yesterday, and we're going to be exploring the natural features of Antarctica better. Remember, our text features are special parts of the book. They help us find the key details. They help us find information. They help us organize and understand what we're reading. It's really important that we understand what we're reading, friends, or else there's no real point to reading. Just reading the words and not thinking about it is kind of pointless. Good readers think about what they're reading and understand it. We said text features and natural features. Well, what does the word feature mean? As a review, it's an important part of something. Natural features are mountains, deserts, rivers. They're an important part of a place. They're created over time by changes in the earth, and they help one understand more about that continent and its shape of the land. So we're going to understand more about Antarctica today using those text features. Let's turn to the heading. We're going to understand more about the ice, wind, and snow in Antarctica. So I'm going to read this page, and then we're going to look at the text features, the photograph, and the caption, and try to understand it even better. Antarctica has fierce winds that blow the snow. People must wear bright coats to see each other. And when I'm thinking about what life is like in Antarctica, I can look at this picture after I've read this text and understand it even better. I know that people have to wear big, heavy coats because it's so very cold there. Look at all of the white snow all around them. In order to see one another, they have to wear bright colors. What color are they wearing? You're right, red. They're wearing red jackets so that they can see one another. There is a lot of snow. There's snow on the ground, snow behind them, snow up on the mountain behind them, or the iceberg. I'm not exactly sure. I think it might be a little mountain. And then the word said Antarctica has fierce winds. What does that mean? Fierce winds. Well, even though this picture isn't moving. Even though the wind isn't moving, I see evidence that the winds are fierce. It looks almost cloudy because it's blowing the snow around. It's not snowing, the sky is blue, but it's so windy, it's moving that snow around. And I know that it's so fierce and so cold, you can't see the people's faces because it's so cold. They had to bundle up their jacket around their faces. So really thinking about the words in the text and really analyzing the picture helps me understand it even better. Antarctica has tall mountains. Most are covered by ice and snow. And so I can see that these tall mountains, and now I know that I was right, that is a mountain there, because on the next page it says Antarctica has tall mountains, and this one looks like the one that we just saw in the other page. It says they're covered by snow and ice. I can see the snow and ice is all over it. It's covered. And this page says Antarctica has thick sheets of ice. Giant ice chunks can break off into the ocean. These chunks are called icebergs. And here's an iceberg in the Weddell Sea. Now, I can look at the picture to really understand what an iceberg is and what giant means, friends. Look at how little the people are and how huge this iceberg is. So they're bigger than people. They almost look like giant walls or like huge buildings. They're big, they're not skinny, they're giant. Really looking and comparing the difference between the people on this ship and the iceberg helps me understand it even better. So looking at these pictures more closely, looking at these text features, the photographs, the heading, it shows us how much snow there really is in Antarctica, how much ice there is. I could see how big things are, how big the mountains were. I could see how fierce the winds are. I could even think about what it would be like to live there because I understand it better. Which leads me to our second part of our lesson. So remember, we're working on opinion writing, friends. And we've learned that supporting an opinion is important because it helps people understand your thinking, it gives more information, and explains reason why. We're looking at this fourth step, this Oreo opinion writing. I have a question for you, and then I wrote an opinion about it, and we're going to go over how it matches our opinion Oreo, how I can support with reasons from the text. So my question that I want an opinion on today, or I made my opinion on today, is would you like to visit Antarctica? Why or why not? So the first part, the O, is your opinion. Tell how you feel about the topic. So the topic is, would you like to visit Antarctica? And I said no. My opinion is no. I would not like to visit Antarctica. That is O, my opinion. And the next, the R is for a reason. Give a reason that supports. So here's one reason, the R. One reason is because it is very cold. I don't like really cold places, so I would not want to visit there. Then the E in Oreo, O-R-E, gives another example, which I have here. Another reason is because the winds are so fierce. I can't imagine being bundled up like that so carefully because the winds are so fierce and cold. I wouldn't like that. And then the last is to restate the opinion. Tell how you feel as your conclusion. So the last O. That is why I would not like to visit Antarctica. Maybe your opinion is different. Maybe you would like to visit Antarctica so that you could see the mountains or icebergs or snow. And that's okay. Different opinions are fine. You want to make sure that you're giving those reasons, that evidence from the text to help support your opinion. All right, friends, I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.